Hi there, welcome to the mat. In this challenging time, I think we're in our third week of social distancing in the time of COVID-19. Many of us are feeling the exhaustion of that low level of stress that we're carrying with us. So it's not that fight or flight response, generally that panic response, but it does tend to build over time when we're carrying with us that sort of slow release of concern and worry and anxiety. And so today, as we come to the mat, just coming with the intention of smoothing some of that out, that we don't need it, that we don't need to carry it with us, and that when we come to our lives, to the world, from a place of greater clarity, that we can better manage and handle the things that are going on. And so beginning to find our comfortable seat here. I'm sitting on a little yoga blanket. You can grab a throw blanket from the couch or a towel. Towels work really well actually from the linen closet. And so whatever you have on hand, just elevate the hips a little bit. When we do that, we have a better foundation of the pelvis, a little more length through the spine. All of our systems, and there are many, our organ system, our skeletal system, our muscular system, our endocrine system, and our nervous system, which are the two that we're focusing on today. When we're lengthened through the spine, when we have better posture, those systems are working better in and of themselves and also in coordination with each other. And so going ahead and finding a little lift through the spine, we can consider first our foundation, just turning the tailbone down toward the floor, and that's going to bring that pelvis generally back a little bit. The top of the pelvis just comes a little more back, and we feel a little bit of a tension come into the core. Let's begin to lift that up into the rib cage. Heart center lifts and radiates a little bit there. We'll place the hands down on the thighs, and just bringing the hands in a little bit closer to the torso is going to give you a little support so that we can maintain this structure. And so while it is the optimal structure for our systems, it's probably not the way most of us carry our bodies on the daily. And so just considering that little bit of lift and trying to maintain that throughout our short practice. Beginning to lift through the crown of the head and getting a little more stable. So we're going to start the practice with something called kalesvara mudra. It's translated as the gesture of the Lord of Time. And so what that means is we're setting time and space aside, those things that surround us all the time and are always coming at us, and we're coming into heart center and our third eye chakra, and we're uniting our place of love and compassion with our place of clarity and wisdom. And so we're going to do that through the kalesvara mudra. Mudra is a gesture of the hands. I'm going to come a little bit closer so that you can see. And so we'll start just by bringing the pads of the middle fingers together. And then this is the tricky part. We're going to curl the pointer finger. So this is the pointer finger. We're going to bring it down, and we're connecting the tops or the backs of the pointer finger together, and then the pads of the thumbs come together. So I made a little heart there, and we're going to tip that so that I've got a heart shape and then a triangle formed by the pads of my middle fingers. And so we're coming back down I'm coming back down to the mat. You're probably already there. And we've got that heart shape on the bottom, and that's going to line up with the heart chakra. And my hands are not resting on my chest. They're about a hand print away from my chest. So we've got a little bit of space there. And we've got that triangle pointing up toward the third eye chakra. So we've literally got the heart shape representing our heart chakra, and we've got the triangle shape representing that third eye chakra. And so once we've got this mudra managed, and if you need to rewind and start again, you can do that. That's the beauty of video. We're going to find that lengthened spine once again. Sometimes we forget, get a little rounded out, get a little longer and taller, and then allow the gaze to be gentle or the eyes to be closed. We're going to begin to notice the breath. So we do have this mudra held, and we talked about what it represents metaphysically. But with the stimulation of the ends of the meridians that we are using in this particular hand gesture, we are bringing some soothing and balance into both the neurological system, our nervous system, and also into the endocrine system, which is our hormone system, plays a really big role in our stress response as well. And so as we begin to notice the breath, just beginning to bring a little bit of expansion into the inhale, just a little bit at a time, not going for all the marbles at once. And then allowing each exhale to be a little bit longer. As we take the next inhale, we expand a little bit lower into the chest. As we exhale, releasing all of the air out of the body, bringing that exhale to full completion. Feel that little tuck of the belly button toward the spine, and beginning again. Now we're going to add 2 more pieces to this breathing practice, and they're just spaces, they're pauses between the inhale and the exhale. So as we inhale, finding that place of comfortable expansion of the breath, little pause at the top, just expanding that by 1 second, and then exhaling, allowing that breath to slowly and completely move all the way out of the body. And there's another pause there at the base of the exhale, just allowing that to be 1 extra second longer, and then continuing. From here, moving into our pranayama, our breathing practice, that also touches and soothes the nervous and the hormone system. And that is our ujjayi breath. So if you're familiar with ujjayi breath, going ahead and moving into that, and I'll begin to cue it. So on the next inhale, bringing a little gentle contraction, little constriction into the back of the throat, and we're still inhaling through that gentle constriction. We begin to hear the breath in the back of the throat, like the ebb of an ocean wave. As we exhale, releasing through that constriction, we hear the flow of the wave. And so we're moving through the same cadence of that 4-part breath that we began with, but we're incorporating that little bit of constriction in the back of the throat, making that little rumble in the throat, that little sort of flutter of the breath on the inhale and the exhale. So there's 2 components that are very helpful of the ujjayi breath. One is this sound, so really reveling in the sound you create with your ujjayi breath. Very soothing to the nervous system, very focusing, bringing us into present, nice touchstone for the mind. And also that breath, as it comes through the constriction in the throat, is stimulating the thyroid gland a little bit there. So also giving a little stimulation there. When you stimulate, you encourage a sense of balance, a greater sense of health and circulation in that thyroid gland. So continuing to move through that breathing practice, bearing in mind if ujjayi breath isn't feeling right for you today, just going ahead and setting that aside, we can come back to that 4-part breath. Continuing to draw the mind back to the breath practice. And coming through that ujjayi breath, maybe 2 or 3 more complete rounds. And then as you're ready, just releasing the breath. Practice placing the backs of the palms down on the thighs. We've just got that gentle cupping of the fingers, nice relaxed palms, just moving through a normal breath now. So this is a new natural breath, just settling in. The mind is that objective observer, just watching the body, breathing itself once again. We'll draw our hands to heart center, finding Anjali Mudra, radiating heart center, little lift there as we connect the thumbs with the bony part of the upper chest. Honoring that heart center once again, so important for who we are. Thank you so much for joining me today in this practice to center and balance our nervous system, our endocrine system, and to bring a little bit more presence and health to the mind and the body. It is always an honor and a pleasure to join you on the mat. Until we see each other again, may you be well. May you find peace, and may you have joy. Namaste.